I have not made a video in like 100 years. It's been a really long time. I have no idea what episode this is because I haven't checked YouTube in like 100 years. But today we're making mini apple pies in like a muffin tin or a cupcake pan or whatever you call it. So the recipe says to make your own crust, but I'm lazy, so we have frozen crust. This one's from Trader Joe's and I don't know the box anymore, and it's open apparently, but that's okay. And then this one is just so first we need to, well, originally you would make the crust and then you cut out the crust, but these are still defrosting. So we're just gonna make the filling. I'm doubling the recipes. So we need 4 medium apples peeled and diced. Okay, now that I've cut a bajillion apples, we gotta add sugar and stuff. Okay, so you're gonna add a 1/4 cup of white sugar. I'm using a 1/2 cup because I'm doubling the recipe, but you're gonna do a 1/4 of a cup. Unless you're doubling the recipe, that's up to you. Then a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, okay then, I'm gonna guess. I hope that was good. I have no idea. Literally no clue. And then 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Our flour, this thing broke, so now we just have like 3 bags of flour. And then we're just gonna mix it all together. So if you watched my past videos, I have these spatulas that I love, but they're kind of not great for stirring because they like fold. So I bought matching spoons and they're great. I love them. I'm gonna use the orange one today. I could use some more cinnamon. That was a lot. Okay, I'm gonna preheat the oven now. I was supposed to do it when I was like cutting out the crust, or starting this because I already cut out the crust. But now I'm gonna start cutting out the crusts. So, yeah, that was great. The oven is reset to 425. So now we're gonna cut out the crusts. This is the crust that I showed you earlier, not the Trader Joe's one. Oh, apparently they have like different textures, so I'm gonna wipe down this just with a towel. I cleaned it before, so. So it should be rolled out to 1/4 of an inch. Let's see what this says. I'm gonna get my rolling pin because I'm going to roll it out either way, so. You also need, I think, a 4-inch cookie cutter. So that's what the thing looks like. Beautiful. My fancy rolling pin. I think the smallest one is 1/4 of an inch. No, that's 1/16 of an inch. I'm so wrong. It's the red one. It's the second biggest one. That is so much less than 1/4 of an inch. we're gonna roll it up and roll it out. Yeah. Well, how thick is this? I think it might be a 1/16 of an inch, a sixth of it. I think it's a 1/6 of an inch, and I think I just might roll out the crust to all that. Well, I should probably follow the directions. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it up and do it to 1/4 of an inch, because that's what it says. That seems really thick. Well, I guess we're going with it. Okay, so it says 4 inches. Jesus, 4 inches? That's like this whole thing. All right, it's going back down to a 1/6 of an inch because this is a lot now. Nothing's gonna fit in this crust. It's gonna cut out like 2 cookies or 2 things, and I ate 12 of them from 1 crust. So. Okay, let's try this again. Still only gonna fit like 1 of these. I guess that's fine. Where's the... Do I have to spray it? No, I guess not. Okay, so then you're just gonna push it in, I think. Oh, there's a hair on it. That's thick. Alright, that wasn't great, but that one wasn't great. We're gonna try it again. We'll get better as we keep going. And you'll be even better than me because you're gonna be watching me. I'm failing. Next, I think we're just gonna, yeah, and then I'll... Okay, so that one, I don't know if you could see, but I like pinched it so the like bottom would touch the bottom first instead of like the edges touching first. If that made any sense at all, I don't know if it did. But look, that one looks so much better. Next. So, if you want to make this at home, and you want to use store-bought crust, and you're making 1, buy 2. Luckily, they come in a box of 2, but Mom went back to the store to buy another one, and they didn't have any more, which is why I only have 2 in total, instead of like 3 or 4. Actually, I would have had 5. No, I would have had 4. Okay, so that is exactly 1 crust. I guess I don't even have time to make another crust, I don't think. Okay, let's move on to this one. So that's gorgeous. Oh my. So we're gonna mush this up and roll it out again. It's still a little bit cold. I think it's a little bit frozen still. I think that's what the problem is, but okay. think now I just put the filling in. I have this itty bitty bit of dough left. I'm gonna cut it out into little leaves. It's a leaf. I don't know how well you can see that. And then I'm gonna put it on top of the pies. Because it's supposed to have like lattice on top or whatever. Like the crisscrossing basket looking stuff. But I don't have enough for that, so this will have to do. Okay. I don't know how well you can see that, but they have little leaves on them now. I have some extra dough, but I'm done. Now I'm gonna take an egg and just wash over like the leaves a little bit. And then the rest of this egg, I'm just gonna give to the dogs because dogs like raw egg. It's good for them, apparently. Says my grandma. My grandma knows everything. Okay, it says to also put sanding sugar on it, which I'm almost positive is just like thick sugar. So I'm just gonna put sugar on top and hope it's good enough. Okay, and then they go in the oven for, let's read how long this crust is. That says 10 to 16 minutes, I think. This says 10 to 12. So we're gonna put it in for 10 minutes and see how it looks. So I forgot to film the end of the video because the apple pies were for like our Thanksgiving and we were late, so we ate them. But they were pretty good. They tasted like an apple pie. It's what they were. So I would definitely recommend if you want to if you want to have an apple pie for like multiple people, I'd make them in little mini cupcake things. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe,